Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome Tag, Rose, Magnolia, Lauren. Good to see you all. Welcome. I'm back to play some more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Alright, we're still on case 2. I think we're maybe halfway through, maybe 3/5 through, I don't know. We're up to the ending part, but it's ending part 1, so. Done with work for the night, 2 more days in a row left. The break's coming soon, thankfully. Load it up, come on. There we go. Okay. Been a few days, so I've got to remember what was going on now. The Imprisoned Turnabout, end part 1. Yes, that's right. We're still hanging out with Ray Shields, helping him with his defense of the client, and we found out he was keeping some secrets. And he lied to us, so, March 28, 3:02 PM. Detention Center, Visitors Room. Why did you not mention that beforehand? No, but I did. What didn't I mention? That you're a member of the very big circus. No, it's just that, I'm not. I can't call myself a member yet. I'm just a new recruit. Regardless, that still makes you a member. So why didn't you tell us that before? Can we call these streams AA streams for accounting attorney? I like that. I'm up for that. That's good. Not going to admit it because nobody wants to remember the circus. If I had told you I was part of the circus, it would have made me look suspicious, right? Since I also knew Knightley and all that. I didn't think anyone would believe what I had to say. Not even you guys, Kay. Didn't we promise to believe in you? But, Mr. Edgeworth, you're just kinda scary. Man, you're just terrible at getting info from people, aren't you, Miles? That's none of your concern. Looks like we need to have a talk with him again. So, what did you do in the circus, Simon? I guess you could say I'm a wild animal tamer. I'm still just an apprentice, though. Wow, that's incredible! So you command lions and tigers to do your bidding, right? Nah, nothing crazy like that. No way, no way. My partner is this little guy right here. And that makes you a wild animal tamer? He's more like an organ grinder than a wild animal tamer. Hey, Money, cut that out. He can be quite a handful sometimes. Is this the same monkey from the old Very Big Circus case? Or Attorney Nightmare streams? Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, it was named Money, wasn't it? Oh god. This is very creepy. I thought organ grinders controlled their monkeys, not the other way around. What's an organ grinder? Do I want to know? I don't think I want to know. Yesterday, you told us you were just a regular employee, correct? Even if I'm a member of the circus, I'm still legally an employee. We're just like any regular company. The ringleader is the boss and I'm just a grunt. I even have a supervisor. She's the head of the Wild Animal Tamer Division. No matter what kind of fierce creature, they all immediately follow her every command. The music's back. No worries, Tag. You think an organ grinder sounds like a bad day. She might even be able to get a handle on Miles here. I am not a wild animal. Did you and your supervisor take part in the animal show here at the prison? Yeah, it was just us two. It was only a small operation this time around. Basically, my supervisor takes centre stage, and I take care of all the dirty work. Well, I did have a tiny part in the performance. So there are only 2 members of the circus that are related to this case. Oh, I like how sad the monkey looks right now. So, can you tell me about your movements around the prison? Okay, I went to meet Knightley 2 days ago around noon. And that's when you gave him the chessboard? That's right. And then that night, I started setting up the stage in the courtyard. It was pretty tough going back and forth, moving all the crates by myself. I left everything in Workroom A, I think. Just temporary storage. Workroom A. That's where the body was discovered. Didn't your supervisor help you at all? No way! I can't let her do anything like that. That's my job. After I got everything ready, we started rehearsing. When we left, it was almost midnight. The show was set to start at 8 AM the next day and go on until 10 AM. The only one who went in and out of where the body was found is Mr. Keyes. And then the body was found just before the show ended. Do you happen to know why you were arrested? It's weird how it happened so fast. I don't think that the Pest guy would just have you arrested on a whim. The Pest. That's a good name. I wouldn't put it past him, though. Well, maybe it's because of that. God, what happened? What did you do? When I was moving the crates, I decided to go check up on him. You know, Knightley. You went directly into the detention block? Did you have permission? No, I had to sneak in. It wasn't a formal visit or anything. Didn't you already see him 2 days ago? Why would you go and do such a thing? Well, we're the only friends either of us has had since childhood. He was the same as me. We never had real families. I just wanted to talk with him for a bit, so I went to see him. You didn't have a family? When I was younger, I lost the only family I had, my father. So is that it? I know all too well how it feels to lose your father at a young age. So you're the same as Mr. Edgeworth and me. So it was just the 2 of you talking at that time? Yes, all the other cells were empty, and there weren't any guards nearby either. But then you got found out, and that's why they suspected you. What? What? Did I do something really bad? Something must have happened while Mr. Keyes and Knightley were alone. That's probably the best logic. It seems that we'll need to talk with your supervisor as well. She should be here today too, probably in the courtyard. Oh, I'm sorry it turned out like this, boss. Simon, if there's anything we can do to help, just tell us. What? What? But I can't do anything in return. Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. That's because we're like birds of a feather, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Birds of a feather, huh? I suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. Well, what do we have here? Starting to get the hang of the whole defense attorney gig? You sounded a bit like your old man just now. Me? Sound like my father? He would say, the defense attorney's job is to be an ally to the deserted. If you're going to ride that stallion into the sunrise, wait for me, I want in too. Mr. Shields, I think you mean sunset. Yeah, of course. It was just a joke. Want some candy? Uncle Ray is an interesting character. No, thank you. I don't like sweets. Oh, really? What a shame. What's wrong with the sunrise? The legendary Yatagarasu is all about the sun, since the sunlight always exposes the truth. Good grief. For now, let's just head to the prison courtyard and see what we can find there. Ah, the shutter is open. Hey, panicking, welcome. They drew in the candy. It's going to be a murder weapon in a later case. Yes. Buy the kids off with candy. And I want some candy now. Yes, it looks like that way leads to the courtyard. So what are we waiting for? Come on, let's get a move on. She's certainly in high spirits. March 28th, 3:37 PM, Prison Courtyard. So this is the courtyard. Just before the body was discovered, the animal show was held here. It looks just like a carnival! Man, I bet it was lots of fun! The prisoners were gathered here when the body was found. Oh, I see, yep. Hello, cat! Mwah. Begging for food already? Jeez, it's a bit early, don't you think? Mwah. So that means whoever saw the show has an alibi. Cleo wants candy too. She probably does. Well, her kind of candy. Cat treats. We should start by checking the area for... Eek! Okay. Cut it out, you! Help me, Mr. Edgeworth! Just move. You there! Stop right this instant! Ow, 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 ow! Someone, anyone, help! Down! Astique, down! Who are... Yeah, I'm wondering if is it going to be Regina? Oh, jeez. The body was only discovered during the show. The murder could have happened any time before, right? Why is it assumed the murder happened during the show? Because there was a roll call at... When was it? 7 AM, I think? And during the roll call is when guards also check the... they check the workrooms, and they didn't see the body there. Yeah, so it happened between 7 and 10. No worries. Oh, it is her. Looks like you found a new playmate. Good for you, Estique. It wasn't playing around, it was about to eat me. Okay, it's an elephant. Huh? No way, that's impossible. This child doesn't bite. Often. Often, huh? People normally never get to play with an elephant up close. Isn't it wonderful? No, it's not. It's wonderful, right? It was simply marvellous, little lady. Mr. Shields? Really? Oh, that makes me so happy. So how about a hug? As thanks? Hey, watch where you swing that thing. Weren't you taught not to hit people with your trunk? It looks like Estique is friends with everyone. Oh, I don't think she's changed very much. Yeah, I was not expecting her to return, actually. Regina walks in with a wedding ring and a puppet. Oh god. Please no. I am an assistant of this defense attorney. My name is Miles Edgeworth. Ah, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Regina Berry. Nice to meet you. I'm the great thief and defense attorney's assistant's assistant, Kay Faraday. I don't have enough voices for this. That's a rather complicated job title. And the one playing with Mr. Elephant is the defense attorney, Mr. Ray Shields. It's not Mr. Elephant, it's Estique, the fantastic Asian elephant. You're incredible, Regina. You made Estique stop right away. Well, I'm a wild animal tamer after all. Really? Then you must be Simon's supervisor. Yep, I'm the head of the very big circus wild animal tamer division. The one and only Regina Berry. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ace Attorney, Ray Shields. You don't get to call yourself that. You don't have a game yet. You did have a video game about you. Then you get to be Ace Attorney. It looks like he's the one she has a handle on. Yes, she's perfect. What are you mumbling about, Kay? Look at her. She's energetic, fun-loving and healthy. She could be the new member of the Yatagarasu. She'd be perfect as a great thief. A great thief? That sounds like fun. We could make a huge ruckus with the animals. Ah, you can't make a ruckus. A great thief is supposed to be quiet and sneaky-like. But the show needs to have flash. Being quiet is kind of boring. Oh, I guess she's not very thief-like after all. It seems there has been a breakdown in negotiations. No worries, Magnolia. Have fun. Yeah, I was kind of hoping she'd have grown up a little bit after what happened in that earlier case. He's an ace attorney. Ace attorney without capital letters. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, let's get started, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's check out anything that looks suspicious. We'll even look through the barbed wire if we have to. Yes, we need to gather more information about the case. We should also try talking with anyone connected to the case. Alright. Barbed wire. Ooh. Danger! High voltage! These signs really do exist. On the other side, you can see what appears to be the detention centre's garden. It's just as Warden Roland said. You can see the garden from her office. If it weren't for this barbed wire, we could take a look at the garden on the other side. That is Warden Roland's prized garden. I doubt she'd let us in so easily. Yeah? What's up? Who would I want as the next two members of the Yatagarasu? Well, Maya would be perfect. She's very good at stealing things from crime scenes. Yeah, Maya would be perfect. Not sure who I'd want for the third, though. Man, it's such a shame. What is? I should have joined the circus. I just know my amazing rope escapes would have received standing ovations. That's a shame indeed. All that's left for me now is to solve this case and take part in their next show. Come on, let's hurry and finish collecting information. Right. You can still join the circus, you know, if you really want to. Can metal detectors detect all types of metals? A high-end model should be able to. However, there are certain metals that may be difficult to detect. Ho-ho, such as? Objects without a magnetic field seem to be harder to detect. I see, I see. As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, I've learned a lot. I probably shouldn't be teaching this kind of stuff to a great thief. Nothing to say about the uniform, huh? A fish skeleton in the pond. Oh, is there? Ooh. Oh, hey, we have a little note on these keys. The day before the body was found, the guard who was escorting Knightley to his cell was attacked and knocked unconscious. During the attack, the key to the cell was stolen. However, Knightley denied stealing it. A search of Knightley's cell was carried out, but the key was not found. What's the matter? This is nice. It feels like a dream. A circus performance can be considered an art form. My pounding heart is beating with excitement. It's not every day you get to see what goes on inside a circus tent. Exactly. It sure makes me want to give it a big hug. He just loves hugs. Hug. The circus? Having an animal show inside a place surrounded by barbed wire. It almost makes you forget that this is a prison facility. Barbed wire, huh? I'll need to inspect every last inch of this prison. We didn't see the animal show, but the stage and the equipment are still here. I should examine the remnants of the show. It could be useful to our investigation. Miles, please don't ignore your Uncle Ray like that. Master Mask would be great for the Yatagarasu. Oh, yes! Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, I'd love that. Uncle Ray's feeling faint. I've never seen such dreamy eyes. She does seem to have an enchanting presence. Exactly. I feel like I must obey her. I wonder if she cracks a whip when she's taming her animals. With those sparkling eyes, she'll say, "Down, boy!" I think someone needs to tell you to get down. If that's what you're after, I have someone in mind. You know someone like that? You must introduce me, Miles. She's the whip-carrying demon from the prosecutor's bench. That would be a funny meeting. Nothing to say about that. So Kay, Maya and Ron, and then it falls on Nick to cover their obvious and inept tracks. Yes. That would be great. No, nothing to say about those. Alright. not the music. Head of the Wild Animal Tamer Division. Are you Mr. Key's supervisor? That's right. Very Big Circus was created by my daddy. But Daddy died in a murder incident. Your dad is... But after that, our current ringmaster made the circus even bigger. The ringmaster is Daddy's close friend. He's like a funny uncle. Wow! A funny uncle? That's great, Regina. Yep, Uncle Mo established the Wild Animal Tamer, Magic and Ventriloquist divisions. Only the Wild Animal Tamer and Ventriloquist divisions have subordinates, though. Very Big Circus is going to become even more fabulous. Yes, that sounds amazing. The way these two are carrying on, I'd hate to put a damper on things. Could you tell us about the animal show? It's an amazing show. It has a storyline and everything. What's more, it's a love story. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Very nice. Are you the heroine, Regina Pye? Nope. The heroine of this show is Astique. And her partner is Regent the Tiger. It's about the forbidden love between an elephant and a tiger. Elephant and tiger? Forbidden love? That's right. It's what they call a love triangle. Isn't it romantic? It sounds amazing. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Heroine. Astique is a female elephant? Since it's a love triangle, shouldn't there be one more animal involved? Yep, the third animal. He's the one who interferes with the love between Astique and Regent. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you think it is? Well, since it's a circus, perhaps a lion. No, it's the monkey. I think a crow would be nice. The third animal is a naughty little monkey. The scale suddenly got smaller. Ah, Money the monkey. Nope, the one who plays the role of the monkey is Simon. What? Money is a little too small. He's like the villain who tries to break up the love between Astique and Regent. How will Astique and Regent control their own destiny? Isn't it wonderful? I guess? I thought Mr. Keyes just did all the grunt work. Wouldn't you feel sorry for Simon if he didn't get to perform on stage? As a monkey. Okay. Could you tell me about the preparations for the show? You were getting very familiar feelings of nope, listening to this circus is going on. Yes. Oh. Some things never change. Aw. This cat is waiting for her food. It's still a while away yet though, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Still a while away yet, sweetie? Mwah. Simon handled everything, so I don't know that much about it. Simon insisted on it. He wanted me to focus on the show. I saw Simon doing something near the well, though. The well. If I recall, it was behind the stage. I better go take a look at it later. He even moved this giant cage all by himself. Simon is such a nice guy. That sounds like something Simon would do. While crying profusely. During the preparations, Simon went back and forth between the workroom and the courtyard. We were using the workroom to store our equipment. Only Simon entered that room, so I don't know anything about it. The workroom. Was it the one where we found the dead body? So, Simon was the only one who entered workroom A. Man, the bad news just keeps on coming. Mr. Lawyer, please promise me you'll help Simon. Don't worry, despite his looks, Mr. Edgeworth is really amazing. Despite his looks. Despite my looks? And just what is wrong with the way I look? Oh my! Who we got now? That's who. There you are, Regina darling. Ah, Miss Rowland. I was looking all over for you. I wanted to have a little chat with you. Let's have a look around. It's a wicker crate. No, there are tyres attached to it, so I guess it's a cart. It kind of smells like animals. They probably use this instead of a hand trolley at the circus. Just once I'd like to ride one of these bad boys down a hill. Oh, or maybe one of those office chairs with wheels. Doesn't that sound like fun? What is she talking about? Hello? Cleo's squeaking at me. Welcome back, Magnolia. That door is locked. Want me to pick the lock? Success is not guaranteed, though. No. If need be, I'll just borrow a key. Sheesh. I thought it was finally a chance for me to steal the spotlight. Don't even think about stealing anything in my presence. Not even the spotlight. This is the stage where they put on the animal show. If I put on a great thief show, I wonder if anyone would come. I'm pretty sure the police would show up. It's the very big circus's Asian elephant, a steak. Supposedly, very friendly with humans. Doesn't seem very friendly. It's your stern gaze, Mr. Edgeworth. It must think you're the boss. Are you comparing me to an animal? That's not what I meant. I think it approves of you. That doesn't make me the least bit happy. Ribbit! What are you doing? Don't you know? If you croak like a frog at a pond, they will come towards you. The only things that are coming towards you are the water striders. Water striders are so cool, they're like ninjas. They glide gracefully on top of the water. I wish I could do that. What about the frogs? Yeah, I noticed the fish skeleton. Jeez. That is a little, strange. Okay, moving on. Alright, I was going to try showing her things. So I didn't get a chance to show Simon things. Oh well. Okay, I'll accept it. Hold it, did I say anything about giving it to you? You're not giving it to me? Of course not. I'm sorry, it's my fault for presenting it to you. It's alright. I forgive you. Ugh. Why am I apologising to her? Ah, is this a present? Yay, I'm so happy. No, that was not my intention. I'm sorry. Unless it's an animal, I can't tame it. That was also not my intention. Dog. Wow, what a cute doggy! Cute doggy? Yep. But this child won't play nice with others. From the look in his eyes, he only opens his heart to his master. I'm certain he's a good doggy, though. Oh? You can tell that much just by looking at a picture. Of course! I'm the head animal tamer, after all. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth also has the same eyes as that doggy. What? My heart isn't closed off. Not sure if there's anything else she would react to. Chess! Like chess? No? Okay. Alright, see ya. Bye. I'll talk to her soon when I finish looking around. Oh god. Why are you here? Mr. Attorney, how are we doing today? We're doing... Hey, we just met a few moments ago. Please do forgive me. Ever since I've come here, I've been working on refining my speech. Sorry, I bumped the microphone. Sorry. Good night, Rose. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, King Brolly. Why are they having an animal show at a prison? Kind of fits the theme of the prison, though, where they have animal therapy. Therapy animals. That's not the only thing that needs refining. Right now, I'm helping out with the cleanup after the show. But if there's anything you need, please let me know. You'll have my full cooperation. I'm in the middle of volunteer work right now. As you can see, I'm a model prisoner. I've been reborn inside this prison. Reborn as a thief. That was... The devil made me do it. How can you blame the devil? You're a disgrace to thieves. I have nothing to say. I still have much to learn. As a thief? But, as you can see, I've exchanged my bracelet for a working one. I will continue to devote myself to being a model prisoner. Again with the model prisoner. Give it a rest already. I'm training to pay my debt to society once I become eligible for parole. So you were training instead of watching the animal show? So there were only two people who did not watch the show, Sorit and Dogan. Why didn't you say anything about Dogan earlier? Well, if you asked any inmate at this prison, they'd all think twice before telling you. That person is like the ruler of this place. Around here, we call him the supplier. The supplier. If you ask him nicely, he can provide you with anything you want. What? Is that allowed? Normally it's not allowed, but with him it's another story. He supposedly has a secret route to procure these goods. As the supplier, Dogan would be in a position of power. However, I've put all that behind me. All I care about now is applying mud packs to the animals. Mud packs? I coat the animal's fur with my mineral-rich mud packs to give it a beautiful shine. To help with my training, I give them to all the animals in prison, each and every one of them. Mud. Huh. It could be related to that piece of evidence. I should present it to him. My badge. My, what a lovely badge. I see that you have some class, unlike some two-bit attorney. Are you referring to the attorney who put you in here? Yes, that's right. That shyster. The next time I see him, I'm going to bust his kneecaps. Oh, figuratively speaking. I don't know who he's talking about, but he seems to be holding quite a grudge. Plans. That has nothing to do with me, so I know nothing about it. Are you sure about that? I think you know more than you're letting on. Preposterous! From head to toe. There is not a single thing about me that is a lie. Because I am a model prisoner. The hair on his head is a lie, but it's probably better if I didn't say anything about it. Chessboard. Oh, okay. The glove, it's your glove. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Where did the mud on this glove come from? Oh, that's the mud from my mud packs. At the time, I was practicing applying my mud packs. Could you tell me when this took place on the day of the incident? Since the animal show had started, I'd say it was around 9 AM. The mud packs turned the animals' bodies pitch black, and my heart was pure white. I was totally engrossed with covering the animals in mud. Prison life must be taxing on his stress levels. Okay. Thanks to the warden's policies, I can undergo job training here. I owe her a debt of gratitude. Rope. No. Okay. Reminds you of Piri Piri Prisoner from One Punch Man, just way less buff. I forgot about Piri Piri Prisoner. That was good. Bracelet. Please have a look. As you can see, I've exchanged my bracelet. And it's all thanks to you. Good for you. It's really all because of you. No, it's all thanks to you. I truly mean it. This bracelet, it was all your doing. I had to get this exchanged. All thanks to you. He still seems pretty angry. Not the least bit repentant. Nothing to say about the doggy. Alright. What's his partner animal, by the way? Isn't it 5 minutes past cat alarm time? Nah, that's in an hour. Yeah, I started stream earlier than usual today. Uniform. No, haven't seen it. Okay. Security gate. Okay. Keys. Have seen the keys. No, okay. What was I going to show him? There was something else I was going to try. Oh yeah, the door sensors. It's because of these sensors that the inmates cannot come and go as they please. Except for you. Is that right? But I didn't do anything wrong. You have been acting rather suspiciously though. But please don't lose your hair over it. Don't you mean lose your head? It's easy to see he's upset. Alright. These were used for audience seating during the show. Folding up all these chairs must have been a chore. Is that so? Don't tell me you've never tidied up folding chairs before. I've delegated the task to others in the past. Mr. Edgeworth, you should try doing some manual labour once in a while. I'll look into it. Yeah, definitely. This crude-looking well seems handcrafted. Was it built by the inmates? There are a bunch of tools lying around the well. A long piece of rope, and a heavy-looking weight. It weighs 33 pounds. It says so right there. There's even a couple of pulleys. Okay, please stop touching other people's things. Stingy pants! I'm just checking stuff out. It's not like I'm going to take them home with me. Still, these tools. What were they used for? Oh, we don't get to inspect that? Weird. It has a close-up and everything. Yeah. Go. No, okay. Guess we talk to you. I shall save. Was there daylight savings in Australia? Not sure, actually. You know, there might have been, and I might have just not noticed. Packing folding chairs is the worst. Agree. Could you tell me a little about this prison? Currently, this place is my pride and joy, which I like to call our home. When I first came here, this prison was in a terrible state. Terrible state? You mean the prisoners' attitudes? There are no bad children in my family. It was the environment that was terrible. That's why, after giving it a lot of thought, I enlisted the help of the animals. Being together with animals will soften up even the most hardened criminals. Hello, sweetie. Did daylight savings time start? That's probably why she's expecting food. Now, I'm gonna quickly Google. If so, I'm gonna move her cat alarm up so she gets fed earlier. We start daylight savings on the 4th of October. No, not yet. Okay. You nearly tricked me. You nearly did. Bloody cats. Can't trust them. Little fox thing is so cute. Yes, it is, isn't it? So cute. Being together with animals will soften up even the most hardened criminals. Right now, everyone has returned to their most honest self. Just take a look at Frankie. He's a model prisoner. A model prisoner who was trying to steal from a dead body. There are lots of model prisoners here, but Frankie is number 1. He's proactive with his job training and helps out with the chores. Don't the other model prisoners do job training and chores? Eh? Oh, don't be silly. They all do, of course. It's just that Frankie here, he has his sights set on something different. Something feels strange. In any case, he's a very good boy. Please get along with one another. The enchanting music, the prancing animals, the very big circus is fabulous. Oh, if you come here, you can see a show once a month. Really? Then maybe I should. Was she just thinking about committing a crime? Once a month, you said. Is it always the very big circus? Of course. I am Regina Darling's biggest fan. My darling Regina. She's just so fabulous. Cute. I want that fox. She's such a cutie pie. I could just eat her up. She really likes her darling Regina. That's why I'm worried about poor little Simon. If he is found guilty, Regina Darling will be heartbroken. Mr. Lawyer, please take care of little Simon. If there's anything I can help with, please don't hesitate to ask. But really, I would have loved to show everyone yesterday. You did a wonderful job on the stage, Regina Darling. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad all the prisoners came to see it. Well, about that. Just between you and me, not everyone came to see the show. That would be Dogan and Sorit, I imagine. There were 3 people who didn't see your show yesterday. Bum bum bum. Unbelievable, really. Excuse me, but did you say there were 3 prisoners who did not see the show? That's right. I took a count and there were 3 empty seats. And we even had the correct number of seats set out. Doesn't that seem weird to you, Mr. Edgeworth? It does. We had thought that Dogan and Sorit were the only two prisoners who were not present in the courtyard during the show. But that doesn't add up. Where did the third person go? Further investigation is needed. Oh, I was having so much fun talking to you, Regina darling, that I completely forgot. It's time to feed my baby. My baby? The fox, you silly. Oh! 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 It's an alligator! Oh, Ellie, you look as cute as ever. Okay, okay, she's not talking about the fox. Oh my god. Ian, it's time to feed my baby, Cleo. Oh, she left. She gone. Oh, how cute! So her name is Ellie? Yep, she's Ellie the alligator. She's my favourite out of all my family. Oh, lovely. I want to try petting it. If Regina darling wants to pet it, go right ahead. I'll allow it. They seem pretty excited. We need to go check the prison cells, don't we? That's right. Let's look for the third prisoner who didn't see the animal show. I want to see her pet the alligator. Yeah. 4:02 p.m. Prison hallway. Mr. Edgeworth, I've finally found you, sir. Is it going to be Gumshoe? Yeah. Detective Gumshoe, I take it the investigation is running smoothly? The judge and that prosecutor haven't shown up yet. Oh, yeah. I also got your message, sir. What was the result of the examination of the victim's cell? We hit the jackpot, sir. Traces of blood were found on the cell floor. There wasn't a whole lot there, though. This should prove that the murder occurred in the holding cell. Indeed, the probability has increased. However, we still cannot say for certain. I thought you'd say that, sir, so I asked the lab guys to look into it a little further. They're running an analysis on the blood, so we'll know soon if it's the victims or not. Way to go, Gummy! Good thinking! Detective, you've outdone yourself. What caused this sudden foresight? I'm actually a little hurt that you're so surprised by it, sir. I hope nothing bad comes of this. Okay. Once we get the results, we can prove that the scene was the holding cell, which leaves finding out how that doggy managed to sneak his way in here. Just leave that to me, pal. Since that other prosecutor isn't here, we can investigate as much as we want. That's why I brought my secret weapons with me. Oh, is it missile? Secret weapons? That's right, pal. They've gotten us out of a few jams before. Take a gander at Dick Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons. 7? Looks like he'll come in handy. Want to take up his offer, Miles? Nah. Detective, please allow us the use of your secret weapons. Sure thing, sir. First, I'll give you a rundown. Secret weapon number 1, the trusty metal detector. Perfect for finding all kinds of metallic objects, as its name implies. Next, secret weapon number 2, everyone's favourite pal, missile. It's a blue badger a weapon. Oh, it might as well be. Psychological warfare. He can track any scent you want, especially the scent of food. He's much cuter than Mr. Dogan's dog. And then, secret weapon number 3. It's, this. Isn't that a fishing pole? What are you trying to catch? No, actually, I just brought it by accident. Never mind that. What's next, detective? That's all of them, sir. What? You called them the 7 secret weapons, but there's only 3 of them. That's all I have for now, pal. We can use the rest next time. I can't just reveal them all at once. Why do you think they're called secret weapons, pal? It doesn't matter. We'll just use the 3 that he's provided. Alright, which one do you want to use? Oh, I have to pick again? Alright. The ultimate weapons to surpass Metal Gear. The fishing pole! The fishing pole, if you please. The fishing pole, sir! There is a pond in the prison courtyard. Something important may have fallen in. Roger that, sir. I'll fish it out right away. Whoa, pal! What's the matter, Detective Gumshoe? It got away, sir. I thought I hooked something big, but the line snapped. There has to be a monster fish in there, sir. It's likely that alligator. I won't tell him that, though. I guess the fishing pole won't be of any more use to us. Try another one, sir. Alright, which one do you want to use? Or if I try a fishing pole again? Ah, it's the same dollar? Okay. Alright, if I pick the right one, we won't get the other wrong answer. I'm thinking missile will be very useful here. So I'm going to pick missile last. Edgy knows there's an alligator in the pond. Go fish in that pond, Gumshoe, don't worry. Yeah, poor Gumshoe. The metal detector, if you please. The metal detector, sir? I'll sweep the area right away. Metal detector, activate. What happened, Detective? Sorry about that, sir. It seems the battery's dead. Oh man, guess we can't use that then. Looks like the metal detector won't be of any help to us. Try another one, sir. Alright, which one do you want to use? You want missile, sir? Hey pal, over here, missile! Ah, good. Ah, there he is. First, let's decide what scent he should track down. We are searching for the route Dogen's dog used to get to the detention cell. This route would have also been the same path used to carry the body to the prison. So, if we have him track the scent of the body, that should lead us to the path. Don't you smell something sweet? Really? All I can smell is a scent of blood. It's a very faint scent, like cake or something. The scent of cake from the body? Alright, Missile, get a good whiff of that scent, pal. Come on, let's follow after him. That way is... He's heading towards the special cell. And he's gone straight inside. Yes, let's follow him. 4:24 PM. Prison special cell. Hey, it's about 4:24 PM here too. It's 4:23 PM here. In sync here. Close anyway. This is Dogen's cell, but it looks like he's absent at the moment. Wait, where the hell is he? This is his cell. Maybe he's being interrogated? What's in here? Shh! I think he's found something! What could there be in this room? Mr. Edgeworth, we better take a look. Chess. It's Dogan's chessboard. It still has that hound piece on it. Ah, the chessboard has legs! Aren't these things expensive? They can be. This is very good craftsmanship. Mr. Dogan playing chess is kinda unexpected, you know? I figured he'd be more of a Go player or something like that. Go. Do you play Go, Kay? I'm really good at Go Bang! But that's not Go. Cookies! A teacup and biscuits. I suppose he has his tea time in here too. Playing chess while drinking tea in his cell. Isn't this going a bit overboard with the special treatment? It's like he gets whatever he wants. Don't complain to me. You should tell him yourself. I think I'll pass on that. Look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. There's a small chisel here. I'm not well versed in woodworking, but this seems to be a pocket-sized chisel. A pocket-sized chisel! It must be convenient to have one wherever you go. Is that from a thief's point of view? No, it's from a great thief's point of view. She didn't even skip a beat. It's the chisels Dogan uses. More than enough for him to murder someone with. Speaking of chisels, it kind of looks like someone used a chisel on your forehead, Mr. Edgeworth. What? Oh, excuse me? And what is that supposed to mean? See? That furrow between your brow is getting deeper. It looks just like a carving. I would leave the subject alone if I were you. Missile, maybe this is what you're barking at? Oh, hey, knock it off, pal. Chocolate cake is bad for dogs. If that's how it's gonna be, I'll eat it all myself. Wow, that was pretty good. Good for you. But it looks like someone else has a problem with that. That wasn't fair, Gummy. I wanted to eat it too. Share the cake. Come on. I doubt it's wise to eat food you find lying around a prison. Anyway, I guess Missa was barking at the cake, sir. That was pointless. Is that police dog going to get the job done? He's fine, pal. He was just following his stomach instead of his nose. Let's track down the scent of the body for real this time, Missile. All of that was a little side adventure. That was the filler episode. Oh, looks like he's found something else, sir. Now it's this cell. This would be Mr. Elbert's cell. I'd like to examine the interior. Detective, call a guard. Roger that, sir. Good work, Detective. By the way, is J. Elbert still being held in the disciplinary room? No, he should have already returned. He was present during the noon roll call. He may have been assigned to work someplace else. I see. Well then, may we examine the cell? Yes, sir! Oh dear, what is Mr. Elbert hiding? Hey UED, welcome! Yes, it's going well. We're having fun. Easily would have been a whole 6-episode saga in DBZ. Yes. Even prisoners put away by Edgy get special high-class treatment. There's nothing unusual about this area. Ah. I thought that... okay, never mind. Ah, there's a poster of Mr. Elbird on the wall. And what's this next to it? Is this his weight loss target? He was a former boxer. He probably continued with his weight management. It seems he also takes various protein supplements. Muscle protein, hustle protein, weight loss protein, nothing but protein. Which weight class was he aiming for? Mr. Edgeworth, how many minutes do you think this hourglass goes for? Elbird is a former boxer, so I'd say 3 minutes. In a boxing match, each round lasts for 3 minutes. Bzzzt, wrong! The correct answer is around 2 minutes. Why? Well, because the glass is cracked and some sand is spilled out. What? How could I have missed that? Rocky is written here in messy handwriting. Could this be the bear's toy? This prisoner seems very close to his unusual partner. Ah, this takes me back. Didn't you play with stuff like this when you were a kid? No, I don't recall doing that. Well then, what did you play when you were younger? Chess, golf, and the flute. Things like that. You know, things all kids play with. Yeah, Edgy got called out. Hello, sweetie, you're back again. Mwah. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you have any friends? Why must you be so concerned about that? Meow? Sorry, sweetie, you gotta wait. Not dinner time yet, is it? No. Giving the prisoners a heater is careless. They're much too lenient here. Did this guy use the heater every day? It was probably for his weight management, since training was his hobby. Wouldn't his partner, Rocky, get too hot? I think their combination is hot enough. What? So how does a heater help with weight management? I'm a little confused there. No worries, Tag. How did Monster Hunter go? His sandbag shows signs of repeated use. Haha! You want a box too, Missile? Haha! Look at him go! It can't be. Detective, move this sandbag at once. Yes, sir. A hole? This is... Hey, Missile, come back here. I'm going too. Hold it. I'll stop them, sir. It's too tight for me, sir. Detective? It can't be helped. I'll have to wait for her to contact me. Hello, Kay. Are you alright? Don't get so worked up. Right now I'm in the detention centre. The detention centre? That hole comes out at Knightley's cell. Really? Stay where you are. I'm coming over there now. 5:04 PM. Oh, Edgy. I'll think about doing more manual labour. Also Edgy. Detective, move this sandbag at once. Okay. Did he just hint at like prison relationship? It's his animal companion. That boxer has an actual bear. Polar bear, actually. It's pretty cute, actually. Mr. Edgeworth! I really helped out, didn't I? Indeed. She doesn't appear to be injured. The floorboards have been ripped out from under the bed, sir. Did we really never look under the bed when we were investigating the cell? Even when we were looking at the weird smudge on the floor, we didn't think to look under the bed. Oh. Ace Attorney. I see. It seems we've found what we were looking for. The passageway between the detention centre and prison is blocked by solid doors. However, there was a secret underground tunnel beneath it. We were following a sweet scent and arrived here. That means the scent must have come from Knightley's body. Come to think of it, his body was covered in dirt. It may have been caused by passing through the tunnel. Okay, what was the inside of the tunnel like? It was pitch black, so I really couldn't see much, but I took some photos. Please show us. This is... spoons and forks. Were these used to dig the tunnel? But more importantly, what are these footprints? These footprints? Could they belong to a dog? Well, Missile just ran through there, didn't he? This will surely be vital evidence. However, before we consider that, we have a big problem. A problem? J. Elbert could use this tunnel to move around freely. Detective, confirm his whereabouts post-haste. Perhaps he's... You may be right, sir. This is a big deal. After speaking with the guards, the search for Jailbird was carried out immediately. They searched every nook and cranny of the detention centre and the prison. But in the end, they found no sign of him. Oh, great. Cool. 5:34 p.m. Did you contact the police? Yes, ma'am. We've already done that. We've set up a security perimeter around the prison, ma'am. Right. This is the first scandal in our prison's history. We're so sorry. She's completely different from before. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? Thank you for finding the escapee's tunnel. But it's a little too late. Mr. Elbert has long since left here. I don't believe he has gone beyond the detention centre. There are security gates located at the exit of the detention centre. I believe it would have been difficult to get through those. Wouldn't you agree? Maybe he has another tunnel. We certainly can't deny that possibility. However, anyway, there's no use in you being here now. Please return to your investigation. Yes, we'll do that. You guys get back to your posts too. Yes, ma'am. Detective Gumshoe, sir. We've got the results of that blood test you requested. Good work, pal. These are the forensic results of the bloodstain found in Knightley's cell. So, what's it say, Mr. Edgeworth? The blood is confirmed to have been Knightley's. Okay, cute. Hey now, that's good news. We've found the bloodstain in Knightley's cell and discovered the tunnel the dog used. Furthermore, the security camera shows footage of a dog attacking Knightley in his cell. We have all the evidence we need. It's time we asked Dogan a few questions. Dogan, did you say? Please use utmost caution. That man even has henchmen outside of the prison. Outside of the prison? Is this related to his secret trade route as the supplier? The police have been searching for Dogan's henchmen for ages. I've also been helping them, but... So that means back then. So, you still won't talk? Even after all the trouble you went through to get the evidence transferred from the precinct? That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed. That assassin sure is one tough cookie, huh? You had evidence transferred from the precinct. Yes, we borrowed all the evidence concerning Dogen. I've been interrogating him personally in my office, but no matter how much evidence we have on him, we can't get a single word out of him. The warden interrogates him herself. Why go that far? Lose your focus and he'll eat you alive. Be on your guard. Whoa, you've made Uncle Ray a little nervous. Uncle Ray's not really doing much at this point, is he? He's just kind of hanging back and letting us do everything. I guess he wants to observe Edgeworth, see what he's like these days. Okay, what is the time? There's 20 minutes until your dinner time, sorry. Sorry. 20 minutes? Can you wait that long? Or are you going to pass out? Just staring holes in me. 5:55 PM, prison, special cell. Judge Courtney, what are you doing here? Questioning a prisoner. Did you forget that we're investigating as well? Or rather, have you forgotten my warning? If you value your badge, you should not have appeared before me again. I'm sorry if you thought that I would abide by those words. I won't overlook something important just to heed your warning. I've come for a testimony about the truth of this case, which you have overlooked. You mean to say you require my humble services? As I promised, I've returned to prove that you are the culprit. Interesting. Do tell. Before that, you should first listen to our reasoning. We can say with confidence that Simon Keyes is the culprit. Only Simon Keyes could have moved Mr. Knightley into the prison. And we can show proof of this fact. But first, I'd like to hear your resolve, Prosecutor Edgeworth. If our reasoning is correct, will you submit it to us? Your prosecutor's badge. You'll deprive him of his badge? Is that a threat, pal? No, it's not a threat. Rather, an act of compassion. Normally, I wouldn't even have taken notice of you, since you have no right to investigate. However, if you are able to show proper resolve, I would be willing to let you be my opponent. Are you willing to risk it? Your prosecutor's badge. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Very well. I trust my own reasoning, but moreover, at the moment, I am currently a defense attorney's assistant first, and a prosecutor second. I will not sully the good name of the Edgeworth law officers. Nice. Clea learned Edgy's stare. Yes. Yep, she's still staring. 20 minutes, an eternity for a cat. Oh, that's a cute emote. Oh, it's cute. I intend to see my job through. I won't yield to your threats. So be it. Is this bravery, or simply foolishness? On the goddess of law's behalf, I shall be the judge of that. Sebastian, allow me to... Yeah, I got it. I'm counting on you, Justine. There's still an ending part 2, so... there's still more to go. Movement to the prison. I presume you know of the incident Mr. Knightley caused the day before yesterday? He attacked a guard and stole his keys. Afterwards, Simon Keyes stopped by his cell with an animal cage from the show. During this time, Mr. Knightley was able to use the stolen key to exit his cell. He then hid in the cage while it was moved to the prison workroom. So, Mr. Keyes went to his cell after all. After hearing you talk about the security camera yesterday, we investigated it ourselves. Why don't you have a look? I have here a printout of the security camera footage. Oh my god. This is the moment when Mr. Keyes visited Knightley. Exactly. As you can see, the cage creates a huge blind spot in the cell. By using this blind spot, Mr. Knightley could have entered the cage. That is our reasoning. A blind spot. That means the camera doesn't actually show him entering the cage. At this time, there's still the possibility that Knightley never left his cell. But why would he be hiding inside an animal cage? Mr. Knightley was planning to escape from prison. That is the only possibility. A prison escape? That's so cool! First Mr. Elbird, and now Mr. Knightley. I won't let them show me up. Okay, this isn't the time to get excited. Jailbird's escape is no laughing matter. Simon Keyes was aiding Mr. Knightley in his escape. In other words, he was an accomplice. Not bad, Simon. Don't praise him. That cage was transported temporarily to the workroom. Originally, Mr. Knightley was to remain hidden until the end of the animal show. He would then be carried out along with the cage. I presume that was the plan. However, midway through the plan, he was betrayed by Simon Keyes and murdered. Judge Courtney's reasoning does appear to make sense. However, there must be a hole somewhere. I must not overlook anything. We still don't have a motive. Why would he do that? Motive is kind of important. Yeah, let's save. Could have is much different from did. Yeah, agree. I presume you know of the incident Mr. Knightley caused the day before yesterday. Judge Courtney, about this incident. You do not know of it? That would be unbecoming of you, Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Naturally I know of it. However, you said... In that case, this is a waste of time. I shall continue. Mr. Knightley. He attacked a guard and stole his keys. Do you have proof Knightley stole the keys? It is the only explanation as to why Mr. Knightley would have attacked the guard. We will know for certain the moment the guard regains consciousness. Is that really true? Should I ask Judge Courtney for more information? Sure, why not? There is one point in your reasoning that is odd. If Knightley did indeed steal the key, I'd expect he'd try to escape immediately. Was it really necessary for him to wait for Mr. Keyes to help him escape? He simply chose the method with the highest probability of success. After stealing the key, he concealed it on his personage, as he waited for the opportune moment. That is what I believe. He concealed the key. Judge Courtney, such an oversight is unlike you. Knightley could not have concealed the key, and I can prove it. Knightley did not hide the key, and the proof is... A badge. Judge Courtney, could you take a look at this piece of evidence? I'm afraid I cannot accept that piece of evidence. I do not believe it has any relation to my testimony. As I expected, she's nothing like Mr. DeBest. However, I won't back down so easily. Let's keep going through here. Afterwards, Simon Keyes stopped by his cell with an animal cage from the show. So, Mr. Keyes' actions were intended to help Knightley escape from prison? Yes, he stopped by the detention centre's holding cells with the cage. This is Simon Keyes' own testimony. It can't be denied. His visit to Knightley's cell ended up drawing suspicion, as one would imagine. Simon was just clumsy. His clumsiness led him to bring the cage to the detention centre. Or he brought the cage to help Mr. Knightley escape. Which explanation do you think is more natural? I see you understand. Simon Keyes carried the cage to the detention centre. During this time, Mr. Knightley was able to use the stolen key to exit his cell. Do you have proof Knightley stole the keys? It is the only explanation as to why Mr. Knightley would have attacked the guard. We will know for certain... Oh yeah, this is the same... Nope, not yet. Could you please continue with your reasoning? I understand. Mr. Knightley used the stolen key to leave his cell. He then hid in the cage while it was moved to the prison workroom. Why would he have needed to do such a thing? In order to escape. How else would you explain his actions? That is... The animal cages are made of metal. They would not have been subjected to a check. The animal show takes place once a month. So naturally, Simon Keyes would have known about it. That wasn't enough to negate her point. As long as the cage was covered, it would have been simple to avoid the guard's eyes. But instead of helping Mr. Knightley escape, Simon Keyes betrayed and killed him. This is a truly unforgivable crime. She says Mr. Knightley stole the keys, but he denied it, didn't he? Unless Knightley had the keys, this logic doesn't hold up. This will be the breaking point. I'll try pressing the testimony further. Alright. Press on here, and I think... The proof. Alright, let's have a think. Alright, did not hide the key. I wonder, did he have to pass through the checkpoint at any point, the metal detector? A search of Knightley's cell was carried out, but the key was not found. And I guess that's the proof. Haven't the guards informed you yet? They searched Knightley after he attacked the guard, and the key was nowhere to be found. Since the key's location is unknown, your logic doesn't hold. That is not an issue. There is an explanation. Mr. Knightley had the key. It simply wasn't found. The reason being, he concealed it inside the chessboard. The chessboard? You mean the one that concealed the murder weapon? Come now, how do we know whether or not the murder weapon was really there? What? Take some responsibility for your own words. That was all Sebastian's idea, after all. So, those two don't always agree on their reasoning. In other words, once we put all the pieces together, Mr. Knightley concealed the key he stole from the guard inside the chessboard. When Simon Keyes arrived, Mr. Knightley used the key to slip out of his cell. He entered the animal cage and was transported to the workroom. All thanks to his accomplice, Simon Keyes. Mr. Knightley had planned to be carried outside after the show had ended. However, he was betrayed by his accomplice and murdered during the circus performance. Mr. Keyes performed in the show. He would have had no opportunity to murder him during the circus performance. No opportunity? Is that so? A story plays itself out on the stage, and such was the case with the animal show. So, as she examined the content of the show, the suspect plays the role of the villain who antagonizes the elephant heroine. In the final act, the villain is defeated by the heroine's love, and all ends well. At that point, the suspect, in the role of the villain, is blown away by the heroine's burning love and makes his exit. Blown away? By the elephant? Was he hurt? After being blown away, the suspect disappeared from the stage. The suspect was absent from the stage for about 15 minutes. Are you saying the crime was committed during that time? Even in such a short period of time, it would still be possible to carry out the murder. Don't you think so? So, he committed the crime in 15 minutes, and then returned to the stage. That may have been possible, if the crime scene had been in the prison. Judge Courtney, the actual crime took place in the detention centre. I'm afraid I cannot accept that camera footage alone as evidence. This happened, but we have no evidence. Now prove us wrong. Ace Attorney in a nutshell. Yep. As for evidence, I have it. Well then, please show us your evidence. Where is the evidence that shows the scene of the crime was the detention centre? It's my badge. What is this? This is the evidence that proves the scene of the crime was the detention centre. I do not understand. Me too. Ah, me too. Uncle Ray too. And me. It seems I was mistaken. Aren't you going to show Courtney that the detention centre was the crime scene? Why don't we show her what we discovered in Mr. Knightley's cell? Indeed. Judge Courtney, will you allow me to present another piece of evidence? Very well. Go ahead and present it. The floor. This is the floor. Oh, goddess of law, I am unable to comprehend your mysterious ways. This is what we discovered. The area here was tested positive for Mr. Knightley's blood. This blood test Can it really be trusted? To begin with, how were you able to conduct a scientific investigation? I happen to have a subordinate. I can't vouch for his competence, but he is a man that I trust. That detective. This concerns me. I cannot think why one would disturb the order of law. The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee's influence goes as far as the police department. Gummy's in trouble! Forgive me, Detective. I'm afraid something bad may come of this. Hello, sweetie. Cat alarm's going off. Hello, sweetie. She's very vocal. What's up, baby? You want food? What's up, sweetie? This is an exciting moment, too. Better feed her so I can continue with the game. Should I feed you, sweetie? Alright, I'll feed you. I'll feed her. Alright. I will go AFK for about 5 to 10 minutes. Let's see. I'll mute this. Give you all some music to listen to. And I shall be back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, someone's getting murdered! Music's creepy. That can go away now. That one. Unmute that. Okay, I am back. I was gone for a bit longer than usual, so I was getting myself some honey. Because my voice is already very sore. I had a few days rest and... yeah, well. Guess it didn't help. Are the video uploads going well so far? Nice. You shared a 10-minute video in Discord for anyone interested. Ah, what was it, panicking? Okay, did I save the game? Let's do that, just to make sure. Do that. Thank you. A joke meme type video, nothing important. Ah, okay. I will accept the fact that blood was found at the detention centre as evidence. However... How ridiculous. This is unthinkable of you, you third-rate prosecutor. Mr. De Best, you're here? I'd completely forgotten about him. There's a giant contradiction in your statement. According to the security tape, a dog killed Knightley in his cell. Then, after he left the cell, the blood on the floor was wiped away. Oh! Did the dog wipe away the bloodstains? As if that could happen. I mean, he does have a point. That is possible. Of my Anubis. Right, boy? What? That was one of the tricks I taught him while I was still in the outside world. He makes sure to hide any bloodstains he makes. Alright, thanks for, admitting that. He didn't have to admit that. So as not to leave behind any evidence. I was saved, if only by chance. Shouldn't you have taught your dog to shake or something? Anubis also performs that trick very well. But the shake I taught him is a little different from others. First, he bites the victim's hand. Stop, stop, stop! I don't want to hear any more. I see. I understand. Prosecutor Edgeworth, it appears you've gathered a good hand. I'm glad you understand. My argument isn't over yet. Objection overruled. Hey now, that's a little harsh. Sebastian, would you allow me the privilege of explaining? Sure, Justine. Do you finally realize? The murder occurred in the detention center. Therefore, that assassin's pet dog. My opinion has not changed. Unless I can understand how the dog was able to enter and leave the crime scene, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I've been waiting for you to say that. Now, let me show you. This evidence shows the route the dog used to go between the detention center and prison. It's my badge. And what, pray tell, is that? This is the piece of evidence that shows the route the dog took. Surely you don't think I can accept such faulty evidence? Of course I was mistaken. Let's show her the place where we found that secret route. Indeed. Okay, stop backseating. Judge Courtney, will you allow me to present evidence once more? Certainly. Well then, go ahead and present your evidence. Will we show on the tunnel footprints? This photo. It shows a secret tunnel hidden in the prison. That's impossible! A secret tunnel! This tunnel was dug by the escaped prisoner, Jailbird. It begins in his prison cell and is connected to a holding cell in the detention center, namely, the victim's cell. At least I get to build up my voice on games like this, so other dialogue-heavy games will get easier. Yeah, hopefully they do. The dog used the badge, it's all coming together now. The dog wanted to frame Edgy, obviously, that's why he had the badge. Very good. I'm shocked. How did this... Dugan, you must have known of this, since you used this tunnel to commit murder. In the name of the Goddess of Law, I hereby reject Prosecutor Edgeworth's claim. What do you mean? Evidence is everything. That remains true here, just as in the courtroom. Isn't that right? I have evidence here. Horus Knightley's autopsy report. Oh. Okay. Autopsy report? Yes, it's one you're not presenting for once, Edgeworth. Since when? Why are you surprised? This was delivered straight from the police a short while ago. It's not complete yet. More of a preliminary report. Here, the very word of the Goddess of Law is written. Cause of death, stab wound to the neck, died instantly. Murder weapon, sharp metal object. The victim was stabbed multiple times in the same spot with a sharp object. Although they were unable to determine the actual shape of the murder weapon, they have clear proof that it was a sharp metal object. So, do you still stand by your claim that a dog used a sharp object to kill the victim? It's okay, we'll just update it. This can't be! That is all. The court is adjourned. But wait! The tunnel contains the dog's footprints. Perhaps it may have been one of Anubis's walking courses. I can never tell what Anubis gets up to outside my cell. Something feels unnatural about all this, but I have no evidence. We have a videotape of the dog attacking someone in their cell. And there's blood in there from. Courtney Pie, you sure pulled out a hidden gem at the last moment. She waited for the perfect time to reveal the autopsy report. Have I let her outwit me again? Appointed Attorney Shields. Here is the autopsy report from earlier. I apologise for the delay. No, it's alright. Thank you. Nobody, not a single soul. Dogen, my dog can do that. Edgy done in by an autopsy report. Karma does exist, yes. I gladly accept it. It's just like Silent Hill. I don't actually know anything about Silent Hill. Yeah, I haven't played any of those games. Mr. Shields. I don't believe it's necessary to hold hands while exchanging documents. Weird Uncle Ray. Oh, that weird uncle. I'd advise you to stop. Huh? Persist any longer, and I shall call on the strength of the goddess of law. I'll be careful. Justine, well done. Just as I planned. I only acted in accordance to your instructions. Sure. The autopsy report came straight from the police. I can't refute it. Oh, yeah, that's right. A joke ending to the game has a dog behind everything. Yep. I remember. That's the dog ending. That's like an incentive at GDQ. And what was the other? There was a UFO ending, I think, as well. UFO ending, I think. Yeah. However, if the murder weapon wasn't the dog, Dogen will be cleared of suspicion. The merciful goddess of law so decrees. If you choose to yield now, your badge will not be taken. What will you do, sir? She says that, but... My answer remains the same. Judge Courtney, it is as I said before. I will see my job through. I will not yield to threats. So even now, you still refuse to give up? If you want to keep your badge, this may be your last chance. Right now, I am a defense attorney's assistant. What I protect is not my badge. But my client... Maybe I should be wearing the defense attorney badge instead. The goddess of law grows weary of your sentiment. Now we're talking. Miles is starting to understand that a defense attorney never gives up. Actually, those were the words of your old man. My father? It really is in your blood. You're the spitting image of him right now. You said it yourself. You've changed since you were tainted by Von Karma. It's only now that I've actually come to believe it. Mr. Shields. Well then, Miles. Now's the time to put those skills to the test. Think beyond your limits. If the murder weapon was a sharp object, does that really negate your reasoning? The murder weapon was a sharp object. That's it. There were 5 chisels placed inside this special cell. Dogen is a former assassin. It's quite possible he could kill someone with just a chisel. In that case, the weapon that killed Horus Knightley was... gonna save my video game? Wear them both. That's a great idea. I'll have to go find it. It's buried in one of my drawers somewhere. Is that all? Well then, I suppose you'll be giving up. Evidence is everything. Didn't you say? The murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, such a weapon has yet to be found. What? So what are you trying to say? The only decisive evidence is the actual murder weapon itself. And that was in plain sight this whole time. The real murder weapon is Dogan's chisel. What did you say? Take responsibility for your own statements. The scene of the crime was Mr. Knightley's cell. You said so yourself. If the evidence changes, then so will my logic. That too is courtroom procedure, is it not? If the chisel was used, that means the killer was human. Does it though? However, the fact remains that we cannot deny this security photo. Yeah! What about that photo? I'll give you the answer. This photo shows the moment. Save my video game. Alright, I'm gonna drink this honey now. It's cooled down enough. Honey is delicious. And very good for your throat, apparently. You know, there was one in Downpour that had Pyramid Head cut a cake with its giant cleaver. That sounds cute. Edgy may have been raised a good portion of his life by the most ruthless prosecutor, but at his heart of hearts is a defense attorney after all. Played a game where a doggo wields a sword with its... Yeah, that's definitely Dark Souls. Plus a few games that have taken Dark Souls as inspiration. Alright. Oh, he did get to be a defense attorney in case 3-5. That was pretty cool. Now he's continuing that, I suppose. Okay, the dog killed the victim, the dog leapt at the victim, someone attacked the dog. I'm not sure where we're going with this, actually. I was thinking, hey, the dog can just hold the chisel and stab, you know, because if he can teach the dog to clean up blood stains, he can teach it to do that, right? But I don't think that's where we're going. The dog leaped at the victim. Someone attacked the dog. Oh, well, I think the dog killed the victim is the wrong answer, so I'm going with that for now. The dog killed the victim. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you should take responsibility for your own statements. Indeed, I do intend to take full responsibility. The real murder weapon was Mr. Dogan's chisel. Didn't you say that just a moment ago? A dog could not possibly have used a chisel. It seems I was mistaken. If this photo doesn't show the moment of the murder, there can only be one answer. So really, what's with that photo? I'll give you the answer. Someone attacked... the dog leaped at the victim. It certainly looked like the dog was attacking the person. So I think that's the right answer. We'll go with someone attacked the dog. Someone attacked the dog. The person attacked the dog. It's obvious the person is the one being attacked. As I thought, I was wrong. Alright, save. Do you think we'll get a good game over here? Like an interesting one? I'm guessing no, but my OCD still demands I check, so I'm going to. Welcome, Dr. Zyman. How are you? Long-time fan on YouTube, glad to finally catch a stream. Nice! Glad to hear it. I'm glad you like my YouTube channel. I'm trying to upload all the Hollow Knight highlights. I'm trying to keep up with that. And then I can do the Cuphead highlights. That'll be good. Just gonna get a game over here, see if we get anything special. Maybe we'll lose badge. Even Kay called him out. Yeah. You know it's bad when Kay is calling him out. Yeah, just gonna keep demanding this. Still not. Oh my god! Are there any unique ones this game? I'll have to ask counting if there's any unique game overs. Maybe there's just none in this game. The worst case is Gumshoe calling Edgy out. Yes. Since you could never manage DMC, it was great to see someone break the game over their knee. Ah, nice. Yeah, I love DMC. The dog leapt at the victim. Dogen's dog leapt at Knightley. However, the victim did not die at that time. Didn't die? He was only knocked unconscious. The dog didn't move a dead body, it moved the unconscious Knightley. And the real killer was its owner. I see! If the victim was moved, it would have been possible for Dogen to commit the murder. And use the murder weapon. Indeed. The killer is Sirhan Dogen. Was it Sirhan? Sirhan Dogen. It can only be you. I bet your teacher used to write on your report card. Needs to pay more attention on what others say. I would think that describes you more. We examined that room. Every crook and granny. Right, Justine? We examined all 4 of Mr. Dogen's chisels. 4, eh? And found no traces of blood. Thank you, Judge Courtney. Thanks to you, I am now certain. Thanks to me? Whatever do you mean? Does the best share the same grade school teacher as Luke at me? Possibly. When I came here earlier, I saw 5 chisels. That's right. There were definitely 5 there before. So the one that disappeared was the smallest one, presumably for portable use. Dogen, where is that chisel? I'm not free to leave this place. I've no need of a portable chisel. Not free to leave. In that case, he mustn't have been free to hide the deadly chisel either. Dogen, you just dug your own grave. It seems you know something. Would you care to show it? Oh, he gave it to Jailbird, didn't he? Yep. I bet Jailbird's got it. I think the absolute worst case scenario would be Missile calling Edgy out. That would be cute. Is Missile still hanging around? I don't think he is. Dogen couldn't leave, so the place he hid the chisel is... It's right up here. In solid stone, whatever. It must be here in the prison. Because of the security gate, that's probably the case. You're supposed to point out where in the prison it's hidden. Let's save. Actually, you don't know this one, so... Turns out the dog itself was a lawyer. Place he hid the chisel in my badge. I know that. What was I thinking? Dogan didn't have time to take the chisel out of the cell. In that case, there's only one place he could have hidden it. I guess I'm pointing out, Jailbird's cell? Because he gave it to Jailbird? It must be here in the prison. Okay, that wasn't right. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong? I mean, can he leave the special cell? I feel like we haven't really... I mean, it must be in the special cell. It's like he can't wander the prison, right? Yeah, okay. It was the most obvious answer. Yeah, his dog can walk around, but he can't. Okay. But then how did he get to the guy to... I don't know. In the special cell. Dogan is a prisoner, so he can't leave his cell freely. Perhaps he could have sent his dog out to dispose of it. But he would not have been able to confirm the weapon's location. So, what does that leave? Above all else, special metal tools are allowed in this cell. Even if one chisel were to appear here, no one would suspect a thing. You'd be a fool not to take advantage of that. I see. Of course, it's always safest if you do something yourself. But I examined everything. I didn't find any hiding places in his cell. I am certain that the murder weapon is here. The reason you haven't found it is because it was cleverly hidden. You say I hid it. Where exactly? Think. Where could he have hidden it? I have to remember everything up to this point. There must be some clue. Oh, does this mean what I think it means? Let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth. Hi. Come to think of it, that dog hasn't barked at me once today. Previously, when I came to the special cell, it barked on Dogan's command. That's it! That's what's been out of place! Is it holding it in its mouth? There's just one place he could have hidden the murder weapon. Giving up already. How dull, how dull. I will present evidence. This piece of evidence shows where you concealed the murder weapon. My bad. And what is that? This is where you hid the murder weapon. Miles, wouldn't you think that's impossible? Ugh, I know. The unnatural feeling I had when I came to this cell. That's where the chisel is. I never hid anything like a chisel. Ready to give up? No, you did hide the chisel. Save in case I get it wrong. feel bad for this dog, being trained by this jerk to do awful things. There's no bad dogs, there's only bad owners. It's in the dog's mouth. Hasn't your dog been awfully quiet today? Now that you mention it, it hasn't barked at all. Before it was... Sirhan Dogan, open that dog's mouth now. Anubis doesn't bark needlessly. I ordered him to do that before. In that case, order it to bark now. Naturally, you should be able to, if you have nothing to hide. It was inevitable. Anubis, show them your mouth. As you can see, a dog of this size can easily conceal a small chisel in its... What? Why, a chisel? The dog really had one in its mouth? I thought he was unusually quiet. Was he unable to follow the discussion? Sebastian, could you call the forensics department? Urgently, please. Oh, I got it! A reaction! This chisel tests positive for blood. What? I guess that proves my theory wasn't just nonsense. Would this chisel be the murder weapon then? It reacted positively for blood. There is no doubt about that. You fired up The Witcher 3 and used the sprint button for Monster Hunter World and end up throwing a bomb right in the middle of town. Oh no! Oh, you thought he swallowed it and you thought we're going to run a metal detector over it. Oh yeah, we did introduce the metal detector. It's out of batteries though. It's not a dog, it's a chisel. Mr. Sirhan Dogan, now that the murder weapon has been found, I must ask you for your testimony. We know how your dog got to the detention center, and we've found the murder weapon. Do you still think you can talk your way out of this? Interesting. This guy, even at a time like this, he's still smiling. Well, Anubis, it seems everyone has become suspicious of you. It's quite troubling, but since it has come to this, we have no choice but to tell the truth. I did not kill anyone. I've long since grown weary of killing. What's this? His face looks completely composed. It seems we'll need to listen to Mr. Dogan's explanation. Please promptly give your testimony. Certainly. Dogan's explanation. First of all, I would like you to explain my motive. I do not know anyone by the name of Knightley. We share no connection. Bing! Already got you there. So, I wouldn't think some motive for murder would just appear out of nowhere. Or are you insinuating my Anubis had a motive? He only bares his fangs at others on my command. I do not hunger for blood so much as to kill a man I don't even know. Oh, coming from an assassin, it sure is persuasive. An assassin who only kills acquaintances. I doubt that would be profitable. I may kill strangers in my line of work, but I never make it personal. Is there evidence that shows a connection between Knightley and Dogan? I should thoroughly review the evidence once more. First of all, I would like you to explain my motive. You cannot kill without a motive. Hardly what I'd expect an assassin to say. I don't spill blood needlessly. It may be required for my job, but not in my personal affairs. They're a little different. Isn't that right, Anubis? I do not know anyone by the name of Knightley. We share no connection. You didn't know Knightley. It's not like you to say something like that. You overestimate me considerably. Did you have such a hard time arresting me in the past? We've already looked into it. You are the prison's supplier. Naturally, you would have known about the other prisoners. Hearing one thing and knowing 10 is just an ideal. It's true, I do hear things. However, that doesn't mean that I know everything. I've never heard of anyone named Knightley. So, I wouldn't think some motive for murder would just appear out of nowhere. You are an assassin. You do not require a motive to kill. Hey, Anubis, what do you think of this man? Is he an idiot, a fool, or possibly even a genius? You can drop the act, answer the question. But first, consider this. Who am I? Before your eyes, you see the man you arrested yourself. The assassin Sirhan Dogan. For those I have needlessly killed, I chant a prayer. Or are you insinuating my Anubis had a motive? The dog probably did not have a motive. However, it has been trained to kill. Hey Camus, welcome. Anubis, how could this man say such a thing? You poor thing. There. The dog isn't you. He could have mistaken his target. In that case, wouldn't police dogs be equally untrustworthy? If you still mean to suspect Anubis, then you'll have to show me this evidence you're so fond of. Ugh. I don't have that kind of evidence. We have a videotape of a black dog attacking someone! Ah! Cross-examine the dog. Did the dog kill him, or did Dogan? If Dogan did not have the motive to kill, then he could not have murdered Knightley. First, I should show proof of some connection between Dogan and Knightley. I missed that last statement there. He only bears his fangs at others on my command. Then perhaps you ordered him to kill Knightley. Aren't we impatient? Haven't you forgotten the first thing I said? I don't know anyone called Knightley. Although you still insist I do, I'm afraid there's no evidence. Don't you think so too, Anubis? Good boy, good boy. Alright, so... I have no fewer than 3 ascots who shan't outwit me. That's good. First I'll show you my badge. You've lost your touch, Sirhan Dogan. If you had your dog clean up after you, you should have disposed of this too. Didn't I present my badge? This is a record of a correspondence chess game found in the victim's cell. This record and the chessboard in your cell both clearly depict the same game. Wait. What did I present? Didn't I present my badge? I was trying to get the wrong answer dialogue from him, because we haven't cross-examined him before. Pretty sure I presented my badge. Show the glove! Does it not actually matter what you present? Does it just continue? Okay. I don't think it matters what you present. That's funny. This record and the chessboard in your cell both clearly depict the same game. What? I've heard that the number of possible chess positions is around 10 to the power of 120. 10 times 10, 120 times. 100, 1000, is that even a real number? Indeed. There's absolutely no way these two could have coincided by chance. Tell us your reason for killing Knightley. Unless you intend to explain this as a coincidence. Game's backseating again. Yeah, I haven't played Danganronpa before, so I might play those in the future. Yeah, I've played through the first 3 Ace Attorney games, plus the first Investigations game. So I'm slowly working my way through the series. Well, so they say that the truth is stranger than fiction? It is as you said. This is merely a coincidence. That'll hold up in court. But there's no way that could have happened. My correspondent's chess opponent was the victim in this incident. What a horrible coincidence. Aren't you shocked too, Anubis? Looks like I'll have to tell them the truth. Anubis, my boy. The animal show or something. That was when everyone left. Anubis brought the body to my cell. He had already been stabbed in the neck with the murder weapon. I did not wish to be suspected, so I had Anubis carry the body to the workroom. After that, he pulled out the murder weapon and returned to me. So you're saying the one who pulled the weapon out was Anubis? That's right. If I pulled out the murder weapon here, the blood would have been a problem. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't this what that saw it guy said? A large black dog was biting into the neck of the victim. What did you say? It was a truly hellish scene. That dog killed him. I see. So that means Sorit witnessed the moment the murder weapon was pulled out. Oh yes, that prisoner's testimony. It surprised me when I first heard it. It's not often that Anubis makes a blunder like that. Right, boy? Now, I believe that explains my actions. I did not kill him. All I did was remove the murder weapon. Now, will that be all? Anubis is getting tired. Objection. Whoa there, just a moment, Mr. Dogan. Mr. Shields, isn't there one thing you haven't explained? Why would you need to pull out the murder weapon in the first place? And also, how did the killer get hold of his chisel? That's right. I understand why he'd moved the body to draw suspicion away from him. Also, I'm going to guess that Shields is voiced by Pro ZD. But he didn't need to retrieve the murder weapon. I thought him just a fool, but how quickly his scent has changed. Care to elaborate, Mr. Dogan? It was because of this bell. The bell attached to the murder weapon, and the bell on my dog's neck. They shared a distinctive shape, wouldn't you say? The assassin Sirhan Dogan's trademark. An assassin's trademark? The blind assassin, Sirhan Dogan, He always appears at the sound of a bell. The sound of a bell ringing in the dark of night is said to be the last thing his target hears. You remember well. It has been a while since you last saw my bells, after all. When I prosecuted you in court, I confiscated a knife with the bell attached to it. Yes, my bells. There are only 2 in the world. Only 2? They're custom made, attached to my knife and Anubis's collar. Even though I can only rely on my ears, I can easily identify them. Alas, one has been confiscated and is not in my possession. Hogan's bells. So I'm guessing this is the evidence he asked to be moved. When Anubis brought the body here, I heard a familiar sound. I thought my knife must have been embedded in the body. So imagine my confusion when I found out that it was merely a chisel with my bell attached. Indeed, your knife is nothing like this chisel. Either way, those bells are my trademark. Moreover, I am the only one in this prison who uses chisels. With all this, I knew I would be falsely suspected. So, I removed the murder weapon and hid it. So, you're claiming that you only moved the body? Didn't I tell you, that chisel isn't mine? If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check for my fingerprints. Sebastian. Oh? Me? But how do I check for... forensics? Yes, ma'am! Reaction! We have fingerprints! They're Knightley's, Justine. What about Dogan's? Nope, just Knightley's. And there's no evidence of prints being wiped either. Fingerprints? It's been inside a dog's mouth all day, yes! How is there going to be any fingerprints? Only Knightley's fingerprints. It can't be. Should we re-examine it? See now, I never even touched that chisel. Because I ordered Anubis to carry it in his mouth. In other words, the fingerprints belong to the chisel's original owner. The murder weapon's owner was the victim? This is perplexing. At any rate, I did not touch the murder weapon. In other words, the killer could not have been me. Isn't that right? Gah! I have nothing to refute that. How could this... Is he really not the killer? Could Dogan's testimony actually be true? This can't be. It seems this is sufficient enough not to warrant any further explanation. As it stands, you have not changed the state of this case. I believe this is more than enough reason for us to relieve you of your badge. To save any needless fuss, I'd suggest you hand over your badge now. This is bad, sir. They sound serious. It's regrettable, but with those prints as decisive evidence, I'll have to rethink my logic from step one. Don't they have gloves in the prison? Come on! But there are still many unexplained things. Why would Mr. Knightley be carrying a chisel? It could be used for many things. Perhaps even prison escapes. Well then, how did he carry it into the prison? I mean, the prisoners aren't even allowed cutlery. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Even if your reasoning is off at first, you shouldn't let that confuse you. The most important thing is to arrive at the truth. Isn't that right? It doesn't matter how you get there. The end result is to save Simon. We have to do everything we can for his sake. Well said, Kay. Nice one, Kay. I really want to scout you for the law firm now. Remember when Uncle Ray said, "A defense attorney never gives up"? Miles, do you understand the true meaning behind those words? The true meaning of those words. Defense attorneys carry the fate of their client on their shoulders. You are the only person your client can rely on. Just like with Mr. Keyes, we're the only ones who can save him now. We are linked by fate to our clients. That is why we must never give up. There's no way Uncle Ray can go against the teachings of Gregory. So, what will you do? Currently, I am a defense attorney's assistant. No, an assistant at my father's firm. I have made a commitment to this case. Therefore, if I don't save my client, I cannot say I've achieved it. I will abide by this. To save Simon Keyes. No matter how many times my logic fails, I will always find another possibility. Okay, you're finally back. Well then, let's search for that other possibility. To start with, do you think there was a way Mr. Knightley could have brought the chisel into the prison? The method Knightley used to bring the chisel into the prison was... my bad. I mean, it was a chessboard. This was how Knightley brought the chisel inside. And could you explain how this allowed him to do so? Don't you understand? I'm afraid I cannot. So it's not this. Was there really a way for him to bring the chisel inside? Didn't someone mention something about that earlier? Indeed. Why do they suspect Mr. Keyes? The answer lies there. Gotta save my game. That was a shonen anime talk moment for Edgy, yes. Now it's their turn to prove how Simon killed Knightley with a chisel from the prison with a prisoner's bell on it, and didn't get his fingerprints on it either. Yes, that's a good point. It would appear you have no thoughts on the matter. No, Judge Courtney, please allow me to present evidence once more. Very well. Please show us your evidence. Normally, metal objects can't be brought into the detention centre or the prison. They'd just be caught by the security gate. However, there is one way to avoid this, and that is if they're sent in a package to the detention centre. That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention centre undergo a simpler check. So they don't use a metal detector for that. This never should have happened. It seems the guards were too careless. Knowing this, Knightley asked Simon to send him a package, namely a chessboard containing the chisel. Well, this has solved one of our problems. The fact that the chisel was not Mr. Dogan's, but Mr. Knightley's. Okay, where'd he get the bell from? Given this, one major issue remains. The security camera shows a dog attacking the victim. As long as that exists, I will maintain that Dogan is the killer. But Dogan never touched the murder weapon. I'm stumped. We also desire a conclusion to this matter. Mr. Edgeworth, we can use one of my secret weapons, sir. Secret weapon number 4, the video analyzing machine, Mr. Analysis. You couldn't have told us about this earlier. Edgy's opponent. I don't understand. Edgy, that must mean I was wrong. Yes. What's with that ridiculous name? I named it myself, sir. This will let us analyse video footage in detail. Go ahead. You'll soon see I'm not lying. I don't know what will come of this, but all we can do now is investigate. Mr. Edgeworth, do you know how to use Mr. Analysis? A video analysis machine. Should I hear how to use it? Sure. Detective Gumshoe, could you show me how to use it? Of course, sir! And his theme kicks in. Fundamentally, it's the same as investigating a crime scene. You just examine anything that piques your curiosity. To examine, I just press the X button. Now, I'd like you to look at the buttons below the monitor. The left and right buttons will rewind and fast forward, respectively. And the centre button lets you pause the video. Let's make good use of it to advance our investigation, sir. To rewind and fast forward, I use the Y and A buttons. And to pause, I use the B button. While paused, you can go to the previous frame or the next frame. Can I save? Good. A blue badger that we missed before. Yeah, would have been nice for him to show this to us earlier. This video footage is like what our argument relies on. You just use the same left and right buttons as before, sir. Next, I'll explain how to zoom in. Just point the cursor at the area you want to zoom in on and press the button on the upper left of Mr. Analysis. The one that says Zoom Plus. It seems I can also use L button to zoom in. And after you've zoomed in, you can examine it just like you would the original image. Use the previous frame and next frame buttons to examine frame by frame. But you can't actually play back the video in this mode, so keep that in mind. And what should I do if I want to zoom out? Just press the top left button on Mr. Analysis again, sir. Now, it should say Zoom Minus. And that concludes the explanation, sir. Well then, let's turn on Mr. Analysis. Use Mr. Analysis to examine any suspicious part of the video, sir. This is the video from the detention centre's camera. I believe this was the moment when Knightley was being attacked by the dog. If that wasn't the case, then what does it show? Is the person in this video really Knightley? And what is the true form of the black silhouette attacking this person? I should check the video and try to find the answers to these two questions. There could be unexpected things in unexpected places, so be sure to check every nook and cranny of the video, sir. What part of the video is strange? Oh boy, this sounds pretty involved. I see, it moves like on a grid. It feels very laggy. Very laggy. They're really pushing the poor DS here. Yeah. Pause. It's actually the blue badger attacking Old Bag. Now this would be better if I just started over. I'll examine him. Nothing here. I should have another look at the video. Zoom feature. Let's try zooming in. Zoom enhance. That looks like a security uniform, maybe. Oh, okay. Oh, I see, the zoom is on these 4 different quadrants. Okay. Come on, where's the dog? Hang on, what is... Okay, I thought he had like the keys there, but no, he doesn't. Considering we still haven't found the keys. This is... Oop. I fear we have made a grave miscalculation. This animal, this silhouette, no matter how you look at it, it is not a dog. This animal is... a bear, a cat, or a pig. It's a save point. It was the bear. Okay. I was thinking maybe it was the monkey, you know, Simon's monkey. But it's the bear. It's Rocky. It's a cat. This silhouette is definitely a cat. A cat? No matter how hard I try, Uncle Ray can't see a cat. Prosecutor Edgeworth, please be more serious with your answers. I was being serious. I should have another look at the animal seen in the video. It's a pig. Oink. This silhouette is clearly a pig. A pig? Now that you say it, it has to be. I certainly cannot see anything resembling a pig. Now, I'm sure that Miles here was just joking, right? I was being serious. What? It was a joke? Prosecutor Edgeworth, please be more serious with your answers. Getting penalised for getting a video wrong. Definitely a pig, don't you see the security uniform? Ooh, nice. Amazing how much the video clears up by zooming in instead of blurring. Yes. Zoom enhance, it's like on the crime investigation shows. The bear. From the silhouette, I'd say the animal is not a dog, but a bear. So then, in that photo I took, those footprints must have belonged to this bear, yes. Did you say a bear? Yes, that man is the first to come to mind. Now that we know this black shadow isn't a dog but a bear, there's a good possibility that the man being attacked is not Knightley. It's a polar bear though, it's white. Shouldn't the shadow be white? No. Whatever can show that this man isn't Knightley should be somewhere in the video, wouldn't it, sir? Since his face is not visible, it would be difficult to get direct confirmation. However, perhaps there is something indirectly reflected. Something reflected? Hey, isn't there a mirror in the cell, sir? Indeed. That could be worth examining. You're glad a sloth wasn't an option. What was that? Yeah, where we go? Zooming in hunts! Yeah, can't really see much there. A reflection of this person can be seen in this mirror. Is that a cap on his head? Sure, why not? Let's go with that. Actually, it looks kinda like the caps the prison guards wear, sir. You don't think it was a guard who was attacked? Have you received a report of any guard being attacked by an animal? No, not that I've heard, sir. Then it was someone else wearing a guard's uniform. I see. I have evidence that shows what this cap is. It is. It's my band. The cap in this video is clearly this. Eh? That doesn't look like it at all. Yeah. I'll try thinking it over again. The person in this video is wearing a guard's uniform, but they're not a guard. In that case, why would they choose to appear this way? I kind of want to look at that video footage again, because I didn't see a cap. My vision isn't the best, though. We're still in end part 1. Oh my gosh. The bear! A bear there was, a bear. All black and brown and covered with hair. And I don't know the rest of that song. That bear is so cute. Perhaps there is something reflected. It's so uncool that this case is animals being used by people to do bad things. Yeah. It's awful. Enhance! Zoom back out. Oh, not there. Oh, we can see the bear's little tail though. That's pretty cute. What time was it? 6:42:21, as in 6 AM. Interesting. Alright, we'll see his butt. Come back! Come back! Gone forever. Just like Cleo now that I've fed her. Doesn't need me anymore. Play. There we go. No, not there. There. Oh, yep, I see the cap now. I see it. I'm gonna save now, so I don't have to do all that again, ever. That'll be nice. Sounds like we've got might have a storm starting up here. Hopefully I don't lose power or internet suddenly, or both. Just take another look at his clothes. Yeah, it really looks like it's the guard's uniform. Take that! there was no report of a guard being attacked by an animal. However, we did hear that a guard's uniform was stolen. Putting two and two together, I'd say this was a disguise for the purpose of a prison escape. Disguised as a guard? That sounds like it could have been successful, sir. Huh? Speaking of prison escapes... Indeed, that person certainly was successful. We were all under the impression that the person in this video was Knightley. But it's his cell after all. Why would it be anyone else? That line of logic no longer holds. Remember the tunnel under his bed? It's possible whoever used this tunnel is the one in this video. It seems it is time to answer that question. Just who is the person in this video? The person in this video is... Kay Faraday. What? The person in this video is really them? It's the only possibility. No, it's not. Ugh, it was mistaken. Ah. You can see a bear in this video. Isn't there someone in the prison who keeps a bear? Indeed. It's likely they are the one in this video. Judge Courtney, will you give me permission to speak once more? Very well. So who is this person? I'll get that little bit of extra health back. Hey Fallen Reaper, how are ya? Your cat snoring again? Oh, that's cute. Time to hit the fast forward button. Oh wait, I'm not playing in an emulator. No fast forward button. Yes. Lost too much of me health. I think it was all natural actually, just from getting wrong answers. Dugan's Bills. Chisel. Yeah, we're gonna look at the chisel. I'll do that later. There we go. Uniform. He must have had an accomplice, because how did the uniform go missing? Jailbird. Lots of characters in this case. Oh yeah, that's right, Lang showed up once. And then left. The person wearing the guard's uniform is... the escaped prisoner, J.L. Bird. The probability is extremely high. His pet is a polar bear cub. It's so cute! But the bear here is black! We have evidence that can explain this matter. Oh, do we? Okay. Well, let me save my video game. The reason the polar bear became black is... because of my bad. That is what turned the polar bear black. Uncle Ray can't understand why that would turn it black either. Would you care to provide an explanation? I can understand it even without his explanation. Sure you can, the best. Please refrain from making such meaningless statements. But it wasn't this. Mr. Elbird's polar bear. I'm sure it was under the care of Mr. Sawrit. Yeah, it was shaved. Polar bears actually have black skin. Yes, the answer must lie in something that happened at that time. Judge Courtney, will you allow me to present evidence once more? In the name of the goddess of law, I will allow it. Please present your evidence. Load my save. That's pretty clever, actually. Shaving all of its fur off. If you didn't know that little factoid though, what would you do? What's the evidence that shows it? That's the question. Sorret's bracelet, I guess? Sorret was an accomplice? Oh, did it have mud packs on it instead? Think back to Frank Sorret's testimony. That's the rubber glove I dropped. Where did the mud on this glove come from? Oh, that's the mud from my mud packs. At the time I was practicing applying my mud packs. Could you tell me when this took place on the day of the incident? Since the animal show had started, I'd say it was around 9 AM. The mud packs turned the animals' bodies pitch black, and my heart was pure white. Oh man, I liked my explanation better. I was totally engrossed with covering the animals in mud. During the animal show, Mr. Sorret was applying mud packs to the animals. So then, among those animals was this polar bear, yes. Prosecutor Edgeworth, there is a huge contradiction in your argument. The security camera footage. Judge Courtney, you are quite right. Sorret used the mud packs during the animal show. Knowing this, a new contradiction in the video comes to light. Does it? A new contradiction? Kay, do you know when this footage was taken? Yep, it was before. It was after the mud packs were used. That would put it at around 9 AM. And do I have to point out the contradiction now? Edgy, let her finish her sentence, yeah. Well, she's butted in to cut us off a few times. In that case, you should notice something strange about this video. Huh? What's strange about it? The strange thing that contradicts the time this video was taken is that random thing there. That's the contradiction? So where specifically is the contradiction? Specifically around here. Specifically around here. I'm afraid I cannot accept such unclear terms. Ugh. So it wasn't here. Mr. Edgeworth, is there really something strange in this video? Yes, and I'll show it to you now. The video was taken at around 9 AM. In that case, there's something obviously strange. It's my save file. God, this section's going on for ages. Kinda hungry. I'm glad I started streaming a bit earlier than usual today. This is a strange case. Very strange. It's the time. The time Sorret covered the polar bear in mud was around 9 AM, which means this video should also have been taken at 9 AM. However, the timestamp reads 6 AM. On that day, the prisoners went to the courtyard to watch the animal show. I just flipped the 6 upside down and it's a 9. I don't see the problem. At this time, only 3 people remained behind. Dogan in the special cell, saw it in the workroom applying his mud packs, and the one who put his escape plan in motion at that moment, J.L. Bird. Elbird left the polar bear in Sorwit's care and entered the secret tunnel. Wait. Oh my god, that's cute! Oh god! So cute! However, the bear escaped from Sorwit and followed after its owner. And just as he was chasing after the escaped bear, Sorwit happened to witness the dog pulling the murder weapon out of the body. That's quite a coincidence. If Sorwit's testimony is correct, this video must have been taken at around 9 AM. However, the timestamp is off by 3 hours. Why would the timestamp be off like that? Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to examine the security camera. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. I asked all the guards and... It seems the camera's power was cut off for a moment, throwing off the timestamp. Oh dear, this place sucks. Strange even for this series, which is saying something, yes. Timestamp was off because the prison warden was travelling to Paris. Good callback to case 1. Case 1-1. What? The camera is an old model, so if it loses power, the clock stops as well. In that case, this means the camera's power was cut for 3 hours. While I'm at it, I've got some more information for you, sir. You heard that Knightley denied stealing the key, right? It seems nobody would believe the words of a criminal, but... Knightley testified, I was knocked out too. That may not necessarily be a lie. My, there you all are. Hey, we're having a party in here, you want to join? Making progress in your investigation. Can I be of any help? Actually, Warden Roland, there is something we must report to you. The escaped prisoner, J.L. Bird, is most likely still inside the prison. He has disguised himself. Here is the proof. The person visible in the security video is L. Bird. Still in the prison. So, perhaps he's still in this very building. Why wouldn't he have just left? Come to think of it... Oh, yeah, the bracelet. Okay, yep. Come to think of it, didn't Mr. Elbird have a bracelet like the other prisoners? The bracelet would have been concealed under the uniform sleeves. Moreover, the prison's main gate does not have a sensor to detect bracelets. All he would have to do is avoid any doors with sensors inside the prison. That's right. So, if he didn't enter the cells or the workrooms, could one of you guys be J. Elbird? Ah, Rocky! Oh, okay. Stop it! What are you doing? Okay, that just solved itself. Where was Rocky hiding all this time? Welcome, Ludajano. Yeah, this is case 2. This is the security that they are so proud of. Yep. What a weird case. I don't know what to think of this one. It would seem that Rocky has answered that question for us. Oh, no! Rocky! This is all your fault! The little guy loves you so much is enviable. Right then, seize him at once. Wait, there's something we must hear from this prisoner. It's necessary if we are to find the truth. I'd like permission to interrogate him. Understood. What do you want out of me? Elbert's escape route is linked to Knightley's cell, so it's highly likely he knows something about the crime. I'd like to ask you about the day the body was found. Jeez, this is going for a while. When the body was found. Alright. So it was you guys. You were the ones who found my secret tunnel. It took me ages to dig that. The day the body was found was the day I had planned to escape. I was in disguise. Then, Rocky followed after me. But he was all covered in mud. I panicked and returned to my cell. Damn. If only you guys hadn't shown up. If only Knightley hadn't died. You say you dug the tunnel. What did you use to dig it? Oh, that. Just hammers and spoons. Stuff like that. I bought them from the supplier, but it was all for nothing. Hammers to dig a tunnel. That's dedication. No need to lose your temper. There's always next time. On the day of the incident, it's possible that Elbert met Knightley while he was alive. I'll have to listen to his testimony carefully. God, this music's so good. So it was you guys. You were the ones who found my secret tunnel. You... Shut up! What's with that hold it, punk? You say you dug... What's it to you? You know how long it took me to dig that? I had to beg the supplier for those tools. Day after day I slaved away. Give me back my hard work. Give it back, you son of a... I can't get a word in edgewise. Edgewise? You can't just go around discovering people's holes. What? It took me ages to dig that. So, you dug that hole alone? You're damn right I did. Could a tunnel like that really be dug by one person? Wow, such a wasted effort. A kid like you wouldn't understand. Never rely on others, never let others see you. Those are the rules we live by in here. Well, as a great thief, I kinda see where you're coming from. Okay, don't agree with him. No, I was just joking. Well, I wasn't. Damn, why'd it come to this? The day the body was found was the day I had planned to escape. I was in disguise. Did you obtain the guard's uniform from the supplier too? Yeah, that's right. Seems he got it by threatening a guard. That guy went and stole it from someone's locker. So, when you went through the tunnel, you were already dressed like a guard? No. To ensure that the clothes wouldn't get stained with mud, I carried them with me. Once I got out of the hole and changed clothes, getting out the cell doors was simple. And that's when Rocky ran up and jumped on me. That must be the moment the security camera captured. I see. Could you add that to your testimony? Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that one. Then Rocky followed after me. When did you first realize he was following you? When I got out of the tunnel. Just when I thought I pulled it off. Damn. Didn't you notice anything when you entered the tunnel? He wasn't there at the time. I knew he would follow me if he was around. This is my chance, I thought. Just my luck, damn it. Oh, he was going to abandon his little bear. Aw. Such harsh words. Poor Rocky. But I can't help it. Today was his fault too. Just like yesterday. Always clinging onto me. But he was all covered in mud. I panicked and returned to my cell. You didn't consider just making a run for it? I would have if I could, but the mud would have given me away. And it's not like I'd get another chance like this. So, I had to proceed with caution. In the end, he was exposed by his own bear. It's possible that Elbert met Knightley before he died. I should listen to his testimony carefully and review the evidence. Gonna save. Once I got out of the hole and changed clothes, getting out the cell doors was simple. Getting out of the cell door was simple, you say? Yeah. Compared to going through the tunnel, it was very simple. You inhabit a prison, yet you seem to know the layout of the detention centre quite well. What's so wrong about that? Sure, I've been to the detention centre too. In that case, he should have known about it from the start. When Knightley was in his cell, the door would have been locked, which means there was one piece of evidence Elbert needed to escape. Let's see what a wrong answer is, because this is a different cross-examination. You used my badge. Mr. Elbert, I'd like you to take a look at this piece of evidence. It looks like Mr. Elbert's busy chasing a fly. He's not listening at all. He doesn't feel like listening. In that case, I'll make him pay attention with a straight punch. Yeah, let's settle this. Now we're back to the boxing analogies. Keys. You say it was simple getting through the cell door. Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with that, huh? Even though you managed to arrive at Knightley's cell, opening the door wasn't so simple. How did you intend to unlock the cell door? Jailbird, you had the key to Knightley's cell. I ain't got nothing like that. That's it. It was open. It was already unlocked when I got there. Indeed, the cell was vacant after Knightley's death, which is why, at the time we conducted our investigation, it was unlocked. Your successful escape attempt occurred after Knightley's death, so the door would have been open. However, you had tried to escape once before then. The plan was foiled thanks to Rocky. The video shows it. Yes, that was during the animal show, before Knightley's death was known. And the cell door was locked, because no one knew he was dead. Without the key to Knightley's cell, your escape would have been impossible. Grr, grr. That means it can't be. It's exactly what you think. In the case of the stolen key, the culprit is... alright, we're gonna have to show... You could sense it coming, that they're gonna ask me. Ah, never mind. Jailbird, you were the one who attacked the guard, weren't you? The guard, and Knightley too, in order to steal the cell key. It wasn't me. I don't know any Knightley. After stealing the key, you returned to your cell as a precautionary measure. Then, you waited for a time when the prison would be mostly vacant. That was just before Knightley's death became known. In other words, during the animal show. But in the end, the plan was foiled thanks to Rocky. Don't screw with me. If you don't have evidence, I'll still win by decision. Besides, it was that Knightley guy who attacked the guard, right? I think not. Regarding the theft of the keys, Knightley was the victim. This proves Knightley was the victim who was attacked in his cell. Dun, 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 dun. It's probably my badge. Does this really prove it? Of course. If you say so, then I get the feeling he was definitely the victim. Prosecutor Edgeworth, this evidence proves nothing. Huh? Really? I knew that. It's not easy to fool Judge Courtney. I have to remember the state of Knightley's cell. I have to show what happened between those two. As I thought, you don't have proof, do you? The best is hilarious. I almost said he's the best, but no. That's too obvious. He just believes anything anyone says. It's great. I mean, this guy was certainly able to attack both of them and knock them both out. This guy doesn't deserve his cool bear partner. Can I have it instead? Can I have the cute bear? When do I get a cool animal partner? Hey Shizzle, how are you? I'm going well, thanks. We're slowly making progress in this case. Okay. It was the bloodstain. Oh yeah, no, it's Knightley's blood, so yeah, it proves it. In Knightley's cell, there were traces of his blood, which had been wiped away. I believe this is more than enough proof Knightley was attacked in his cell. You attacked those two people and stole the key, didn't you? Gorg! Oh, damn. I never thought you'd find the bloodstain I wiped away with the newspaper. Why would you go through all the trouble of wiping the bloodstain? On the hands of Knightley and the guard, there were obvious signs of a scuffle, you know. If the bloodstains were uncovered, they'd find out there was another attacker. And if anyone looked around the bed, the tunnel I dug would be discovered. So, you were trying to buy more time for your escape attempt. But I'm afraid to say your plan still ended in failure. Now then, hand over the keys to Knightley's cell. Grr. Okay, that's a proper breakdown animation. That was beautiful. No way. How could an amateur like you knock me out? Yeah, I got the keys right here. Hold it. If you have that key, then that means... That's right, Judge Courtney. You reasoned that Knightley stole the key and used it to leave his cell. From there, he entered Mr. Key's cage and was moved to the workroom. However, the very foundation of that hypothesis has collapsed. Oh! Wow! I see. In that case, there was only one person who could have moved Knightley. The criminal must have been someone who knew about the secret tunnel. Hey, are you suggesting... Jailbird, you're under arrest, pal. Wait, I didn't do nothing. Sure, I knocked out those two guys. Then I stole the keys. And after that, I waited for the perfect time to enter that guy's cell. But the cell was empty then. There was no dead body either. And also, how could I have gotten into the workroom? I couldn't even leave my own cell, right? Let's just save the game. Bear should become Edgy's partner for the rest of the game, yeah! Rocky's so cute. Such a cute little thing. I love how the video footage ended up being just a cute little bear just jumping just for cuddles. That's a great turn of events. It's true, you only had the key to Knightley's cell. But there's also Dogen's dog. What? It'd be possible for the dog to carry the body from the cell to the workroom. I see. So, you're saying there was an accomplice? The crime would have been possible if Elbert and Dogen were working together. It's perfectly plausible. Somehow Elbert managed to carry Knightley's body to his own cell. And then the dog must have carried it to the workroom. Yes, because all the animals can move freely in the prison. But that's not the case for the path between the detention centre and the prison. The only one who could use that route was you, Jailbird. What if there was another route that you didn't know about? There couldn't have been. The tunnel is a straight path, is it not? Yeah, seems like it. I didn't have enough time to dig any more than I did. I only dug halfway up the corridor. What? You mean to say that you didn't dig the entire tunnel? When I got to that cell, the tunnel was already there. There was a tunnel linking my cell to the well. Okay. Looking down the well from the courtyard, there's no mistaking it. They've always been connected. I just continued the tunnel with my digging. What was that hole doing there in the first place? Who knows? Maybe another inmate dug it in an attempt to escape. Or maybe the animals dug it. Wait, is that a functioning well? Because wouldn't there be water down there? Maybe it's an old well and it dried up. Maybe they wanted to drink from the well. That's highly doubtful. There's no water in that well anymore. Ah, there we go. It's all dried up. Wait a minute. That's it. For some reason, that well gave off a nice scent. Nice scent. I don't know what it was, but it smelled sweet, like candy. This scent. I believe we've come across it before. We know this scent from our bench. We've got to be near the end of this part, right? We've got to be. Is it by chance this scent? Here, have a sniff. Have a sniff of the badge. It smells like metal. Nope, it wasn't this smell. What? I must have been mistaken. When we found the tunnel, we followed some kind of scent. That must be the answer. Oh, I should have saved. Oh well. Yeah, he smells for some reason. I don't know. Knightley's body was giving off a sweet candy-like scent. We used a police dog to track that scent. And that led us to discover the tunnel. By any chance, could this be the same scent as the well? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I know what you're trying to say. That the scent proves the body was carried down through the tunnel. Exactly. And Jailbird, you are the only one who could have used the tunnel. Thank you. Mr. Elbird, I am very grateful to you. At last the truth comes to light. What's she planning? I don't trust her. Mr. Elbird, wouldn't it be wise to confess now? To being an accomplice, I mean. Don't tell me even you suspect me too. Judge Courtney, it seems you and I have come to the same conclusion. Not at all. Our thoughts on this matter are still quite different. Mr. Elbird was certainly an accomplice. but an accomplice to Horus Knightley. Wait, Knightley? I thought she meant, you know, the Simon, yeah. Knightley? What do you mean? Mr. Elbert did not move the body. He simply lent the victim his keys. What? It would seem Mr. Elbert did indeed strike Mr. Knightley on the head. However, Mr. Knightley was not knocked out. The two must have made a little negotiation. Negotiation? For Mr. Knightley's escape plan to work, he would have needed the keys to his cell. So, Mr. Elbert stole them from the guard. On the other hand, for Mr. Elbert to escape, he needed to get to Mr. Knightley's cell. But if Mr. Knightley had seen him and yelled, the plan would have gone down the drain. And so, they negotiated. I didn't negotiate nothing. Oh? You still intend to deny it? Smelled like candy. Ray Shields, explain yourself. Yeah, the whole thing with the candy smell is... I'm still waiting to see what's up with that. Picturing Elbert sniffing Edgy's badge is sure a mental sight. I see. So, in other words, we're back where we started. Mr. Elbert opened the cell door, and Mr. Knightley entered Mr. Keyes' cage. And then he was moved into the prison. Of course! And then he was killed in the prison workroom. Weren't you listening? The scent on the body shows it must have been moved through the tunnel. Knightley was moved from the detention centre, through the tunnel. Please wait until someone is finished before speaking. I do not claim that he wasn't moved through the tunnel. What? You don't? The scent shows that the body was moved through the tunnel. However, that does not mean it came from the detention centre. What do you mean? That sure sounds like a contradiction to me. Isn't there one more possibility? The well in the courtyard. It's possible the body was dropped down from there. The courtyard? Ah, the well in the courtyard. Mr. Keyes carried the cage not to the workroom, but to the courtyard. Mr. Knightley was killed in the courtyard and his body was dropped down the well. And then the body at the bottom of the well was moved by Mr. Dogan's dock. Now, there's one thing I'd like you all to remember. Before the body was discovered, what was happening in the courtyard? The animal show, right? Regina and Simon were there. Wait, Simon? Oh! I see you understand. Who then dropped the body down the well? Maybe it was my badge. I think it's kind of important we find out what this smell is and identify it. Judge Courtney. She's a tough opponent. Her flexible way of thinking enables her to adapt and come up with her own deductions. Their own bullshit, you mean? Oh, sorry. Mr. Knightley was not carried to the workroom, but to the courtyard. And Mr. Keyes was off stage for 15 minutes. This was when he dropped Mr. Knightley down the well. It's as simple as that. Wasn't the well in plain sight of everyone? Judge Courtney, your reasoning is sound, I'll admit that. However, let's say the body was dropped down the well. That didn't have to be done during the show. It could have happened at a different time. Unfortunately for you, Prosecutor Edgeworth, that is not possible. What? When the show started, Mr. Elbert was in the tunnel, on his way to the cell block. Mr. Elbert, at that time, did you happen to see a body in the tunnel? Nope, nothing like that. Ugh. So, if the body had been dropped before the show, Mr. Elbert would have seen it. However, he has stated he did not see a body. So it is impossible to think the body was dropped before the show. And after the show, the body was discovered in the workroom. In other words, the body being dropped down the well and then moved to the workroom could only have been done during the show. And the only one who could have done it is Simon Keyes. Okay, so are we saying that he wasn't an accomplice with Dogan? Because how did Dogan's dog get in there? Into the cell? Or why did Dogan's dog go in the cell? Oh, animals can open the cell doors, can't they? Okay, no, that makes sense. And it just happened to find the body and drag it out. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do? If the body was moved through the well, that does put Mr. Keyes at a major disadvantage. However, the notion that the body was moved through the well is only a hypothesis. That doesn't mean there is evidence. I am obligated to recognize that fact. Will you allow me to investigate the courtyard once more? I give my approval in the name of the Goddess of Law. Reinvestigating the courtyard. I fear this may be our final chance. Huh? What? Fire! Could be another prison break, pal. Should we evacuate? Everyone, please remain calm. This is just a signal for the evening meal. It's a little loud, so I can understand why you'd be surprised. It sure scared me. Does the autopsy mention the body falling after death, like Misty's? It does mention bruises and stuff. Small bruises on his head. That's all though, so yeah, that doesn't really... It would have much more than small bruises from a fall like that. I'm terribly sorry. And with that, everyone, please return to your posts. That was sure some manufactured drama, wasn't it? Jailbird, it's also time for you to return to your room. Oh, bah, I got it. Let's go, Rocky. Warden Roland, we will be proceeding to the courtyard for another investigation. Isn't it time for you to go home as well, Mr. Edgeworth? It looks like we're out of time. Why don't you continue this another time? But the investigation. Today's been a big day, right? With the escaped prisoner and all. So I'm afraid I can't let outsiders like you loiter around any longer. Yeah, she's starting to be sus as well. This is my decision as the warden of this prison. Looks like it can't be helped. The warden's word can be called the law of the prison. Prosecutor Edgeworth, this means we will have to carry out our investigation another day. Until then, you may hold on to your prosecutor's badge. And with that, I leave you. Now, I think it's time you all left. Well, it looks like we'll have to continue the investigation tomorrow. Knightley's body was dropped down the well and was carried to the workroom from Mr. Elbert's cell. This is Judge Courtney's logic, but is it correct? And Judge Courtney claims that Mr. Keyes transported him, but was Mr. Keyes really the only one with a chance to move him? Mr. Edgeworth, let's do our best tomorrow. We have to save Simon, no matter what. Indeed, I agree. I must prove Mr. Keyes' innocence without fail. To be continued. Yeah, the small bruises are from Jay attacking him. They could also be explained away as from being from the fall, but I don't think that would leave just small bruises. Well then, alright, I guess we have a bit longer to go. Okay, well, I'm going to finish up the stream. Yeah, the well's just kind of next to the stage, so how would you hide that? Also, her logic just... Why would he kill his accomplice in the middle of a show and risk him calling for help in front of all those people? Yeah. Save. I guess we don't know why he was killed either. Alright, well, thank you everyone for watching. Close that. Close that. And I shall see if there's anyone I want to host. Let's see, anyone streaming? Let's see. Slowbeef accidentally left his stream on, and he has 30 viewers. That's funny. Well, I Your Pie is practicing Super Mario 64 120 star. /raid I Ate Your Pie. Mario 64 is always fun to watch. So, not sure if I'll stream tomorrow. My voice is already pretty shot. I'll drink some more honey tonight, see how it feels tomorrow. I do want to get more progress done on this game, because there's still a lot more of the game to go. I can always play DK64 instead though. So thank you everyone for watching, and I shall see you all next time. See ya!